About 10 years ago, the Tech Council did a very comprehensive tech workforce study. It was done by the Seidman Research Institute and identified the need for particularly IT talent.
I met Dan Jones of Techletics really soon after I started with the grant back in 2021. And, his goals of getting non-traditional IT types into IT work positions really fit in perfectly with the goals of AZNext.
I think this goes back to the days when Dan Jones and I were talking about the need for this kind of workforce. We were seeing probably 10 years ago, roughly. When I look at markets, which I do for a living, with the BPO model that occurred in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, we outsourced a significant portion of these jobs. And so
one of the primary tenets of AZNext is we target underrepresented communities, women, minorities, veterans, all in keeping with ASU's charter of improving the conditions of the communities that we live in.
We knew there were a lot of people underemployed sitting on the sidelines that if equipped with the right real-time, nimble delivery system, we could put a lot of people back to work in Arizona and ultimately, at the end of the day, not only improve their lives, but meet workforce needs and, at the end of the day, drive new tax revenue and have a diversified economic base. So it's kind of a win-win structure. We saw globalism rise up and in emerging markets, we're seeing a lot of activity and growth. And I don't think we as a country grasped what it meant to shift away from manufacturing, shift away from IT like we did, and really left the country vulnerable. And so that resurgence back, what that means to me in economy building is you're building a much more diverse economic base that you can hedge against massive growth cycles, or in this case, downwinds.
This is particularly close and important to me.
Yeah, take out all the platitudes and markets and all the jargon, and it's about affecting real lives.
Because most of our participants really see our program as an opportunity to change their lives.
Moving up the earnings chain changes lives, it changes family structures, and again, that's what this is all about. Economic development is about one job at a time.
The flexibility of the program is really incredible. We can custom design training for individual companies.
I think today you're going to be pleased and surprised by the options that are available and the versatility of this particular solution for developing next-gen IT talent.
Fortunately, all the partnerships that are in place, we're funneling, I think I heard 1,300 now through the program, which is exceptional. And my hope is that we'll see more and more of these folks go through the program and ultimately come out on the other side with better paying jobs.